Hey guys, Mr. Brailsford's March 18th. I got so many good responses with the hat yesterday. I wear a new one today. It's my daughter's birthday. She's turning 5. So I'm wearing this happy birthday hat. That was fun. I wanted to first off talk about the responses you guys did in your surveys. So, first off, everyone did a great job. I appreciate you guys working hard, but I did notice that there was a lot, even though this one was a lot easier, like almost everyone said it was a lot easy to get onto. You guys all didn't like this one. Most people said it was boring. It's hard to see here. Hold on, let me go down this a little bit more. Most people thought it was boring, like in the middle here and all the way to the side. So we're gonna try going back to the women's history because most people like that. Some of your other comments was, I never knew that about wheels. I love your hat, by the way, which is why I'm doing this. The work was super easy. Very cool. And of course, you are the greatest. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. We're going to start today. It's another Achieve lesson. This one is called Still a Tough Road. When you come in, do not just pick the first lesson you see. A lot of people did this today. A lot of people did Ancient Lines in the Sand, and some people did Women Writers. None of those were assigned. You guys did extra work. I contacted most of your families to try to get you guys to do the right thing, but make sure you're paying attention. The one that we're looking for today is called Still a Tough Road. Okay, I'm going to start off. I want to talk about the vocabulary in this one. It's a little bit tougher. Okay, here we go. So our first vocabulary word is discrimination. And discrimination, let me back up. Discrimination. When I think of the word discrimination, I think of things like prejudice or bias, racism, favoritism. It's unfair. And the definition that you're going to see on that side column on Achieve is an unfair act. An unfair act against one group of people. So unfair acts against one group of people is discrimination. Linking it to old vocabulary words like bias, an unfair preference. Those are kind of things that we're talking about. And then I ended up doing this little picture here. The little guy in the red is being discriminated against from the other group. The next word I want to do is advocate. Advocate is someone who supports or speaks in favor of something. When I think of that, I think about like a fan or a supporter. So these are the pictures that I picked for that. Here we have people marching and it's saying, your smile is like a gold medal. And then these are people waving Malaysian flags. I think they were at a soccer game or an Olympic event. But regardless, they're advocating, defending, supporting, being a fan of their group. So someone who speaks in favor of something or supports something is an advocate. And that's what you'll find on the side there. Someone who speaks in favor of something or support of something, in favor of something. The next one is minimum wage. Now, minimum wage is a term that you probably all heard of. But minimum wage is the lowest amount that a person can earn. When you think about like your lowest possible allowance, the amount you must be paid to do this, this is the minimum wage. So I took a fistful of money. This will be what I want as minimum wage. Let's see what's next. Dominate. So dominate, to be the most prominent or most outstanding in something. Prominent is a fancy way of saying outstanding. This is the Achieve definition. To be most prominent in something means most outstanding, the best. To be the best in something, to lead, control, overshadow. I chose this picture here. This guy's in charge. He's winning. He's more powerful than the rest, right? So when we dominate, we are in control. We overshadow. We're the most prominent, the most outstanding at something. The next one is factor. In this case, it's something that causes a result. A lot of times you'll hear the word factor in math, and that's because factors equal the result. So here you have 2 times 3 equals 6, and each factor, 2 is a factor and 3 is a factor because the two of them equal the result, which is 6. So in this case, if we're talking about in history or with strange events, a factor would be like the coronavirus. It has created the result of us having to do videos instead of being at school and being able to work together. So coronavirus is a factor in the result of us not being at school. Last one is ratify. Ratify is a fancy word for like approve. Oh, I'm sorry, actually there's one more after this. Approve, accept, or agree to. If you come to an agreement with someone, a very formal one, it would be to ratify something. But they say to give, to give formal approval of something. So as you look at this on Achieve, you're going to see this on the corner. I'll say to give formal approval of something is to ratify it. But if you just remember that ratify is to accept or to agree, this is what the image I chose here for ratify. You have these two guys, they're shaking hands. There's a check mark which shows that they're good with it. And then you have my big thumb. Like, yeah, thumbs up, it's good. So ratify is agree. And the last big fancy word that our Achieve article is going to use is sociology. So sociology is the study of society and how it changes over time. And this is very similar to anthropology, which we learned. The main differences in sociology and anthropology is that in anthropology, we study the human body and how humans interact. So sometimes like the skeleton is important. We looked at how anthropologists would look at different bones and be able to tell how a person lived. Sociology is looking more at the way we interact with our culture. So why we choose to do certain things, why we would choose to not be in a building with hundreds of people when there's a disease that spreads person to person with coronavirus. So using sociology, you're going to find it on this definition on the side of your Achieve article, the study of society and how it changes over time. So today's Achieve article, like I said, is, let me show you the picture. Sorry, I didn't show you the picture. Sociology, and it's just people, and they're doing stuff. These guys are fighting. This guy's super happy. This guy is picketing. This guy looks sad. This guy's kind of happy. So there's like a baby in there. So people. Now, our lesson today, I said, was still a tough road. When you get to the Achieve site, it should be one of the first ones in your feed today. Let me just bring up mine and we will do a read aloud real quick. Sorry, it's taking so long. Okay. So still a tough road. Washington, D.C. Are U.S. women and men treated equally at work? According to a 2013 study by Pew Research Center, the answer is no. Women do have more opportunities than in the past. However, there's still a long way to go to achieve gender equality, and we've talked about this a lot in our class. The study found that women who made up half of the U.S. workforce are increasingly moving into higher career positions. This is true in both government and business. This may be due to women's educational gains. 38% of women ages 25 to 32 hold a bachelor's degree or a degree from going to 4 years of college. That's compared with 31% of men in that same age group. As a result, 49% of employed workers with at least a bachelor's degree in skilled position are U.S. women. And U.S. women are increasingly entering fields traditionally dominated or controlled by men. Those fields include law, medicine, management, and science. These higher level positions also come with higher paychecks. We always hear about how doctors and lawyers make more money. According to the Pew study, however, the median hourly wage in 2012 for young millennial women was 93% of that of their male partners. So if a male is making 100%, a female is only making 93%. True equality would put that statistic at 100%. Why aren't American women earning as much as American men? What accounts for this pay gap? More women are entering higher level jobs, but low wage jobs are still occupied mostly by women. U.S. women are much more likely than men, the study shows, to take home the nation's minimum wage. In addition, U.S. women are twice as likely as U.S. men to work part-time in order to care for children and other family members or other families. They also are more likely to take time off from work for the same purpose. Among the women ages 25 to 32 in the survey, 59% said that being a working parent makes it harder to advance in a career. Just 19% of men in that age group said the same thing. Across all age groups, 22% of women and 9% of men report having quit jobs for family reasons at some point during their working lives. So women as a whole having to be part of the family has created a more difficult way to get their job. So it's a factor being part of that group. Women's time away from work may cost them opportunities for promotion and pay raises. While women ages 25 to 32 earn nearly as much as their male peers, women in their mid-30s and older earn only 84% of men that age. The study identified other factors that may contribute to the pay gap. Gender discrimination may cause U.S. women to be passed over for promotions and pay raises. In addition, women are less likely to ask for promotions and pay raises. Fewer young women say they aim to become a boss or a top manager. Some 34% say they're not interested. That's compared with 24% of young men. Andrew Sherlin is a sociology professor at Johns Hopkins University. The study shows that U.S. women have made a lot of progress on gender equality in the workplace, Sherlin said. But this progress has shown us more clearly what still needs to be accomplished. More doors are now open to women, but they can now see how far they are from equality in high-level jobs. Okay. We read through the article. A lot of people are still rushing. See a lot of people scoring low. I understand we're not in school, so it feels a little different, but you still have to try on these Achieve articles. I'm going to be contacting families for people who are not scoring and over 75%. Please go back and forth to the text so that you are getting the information that you need. So once you're here, you're going to go. We already read through the article. You're just going to go to the activity, and then you're going to go back and forth from the text to make sure you do really well. So today, my first question is about the main idea. They gave me some supporting details, and then I would go through and try to answer the question. So here, which replaces the question mark in the box, which is, of course, my main idea. I have 3 supporting details. Women face gender discrimination. Women are less likely to ask for pay raises, and women are less likely to ask for promotions. In this case, I don't really have to go back to the text because they gave me all the details. I have to make sense of these question choices using the details provided. So, which best replaces the question mark in the box above? Women are increasingly entering career fields that have traditionally been dominated by men. If I look here, women face gender discrimination. Women are less likely to ask for pay raises. women are less likely to ask for promotions. So I'm going to say that my first option is not it. Let me look again. B says women are more likely to work part-time in order to care for children. So again, my details are women face gender discrimination, women are less likely to ask for pay raises, and women are less likely to ask for promotions. Therefore, women working part-time for children doesn't really fit those details. C, gender discrimination may cause may cause women to be passed over for promotions and pay raises. Now we're kind of getting there. Let's see. Women face gender discrimination, yes. Women are less likely to ask for pay raises, yes. And women are less likely to ask for promotions. That's looking good. The study identified factors that may contribute to the pay gap. And the last option is D. The study identified factors that may contribute to the pay gap. Now, both of these are very interesting to me. C and D are tough because C talks about gender discrimination and the pay raises and the promotions, but all three of those things are also factors that contribute to the pay gap. I'm going to say since this speaks to just gender discrimination, doing the other things, and I do remember that it said that women are less likely to ask, and that has nothing to do with gender discrimination. I'm going to say it's D. The study identified factors. Click D, and it says, awesome, I got the answer right. So as you guys go through, try to do the same process that I did. Also go back and forth between the texts so that you can get the answers. If you have questions, please call or text me. If your family's on Class Dojo, it's quicker for me to get to you on Class Dojo. But if you send me an email, I'll get to you as soon as I can. All right, guys. Have a great March 18th. Bye.